Okay, now let's check the toe for this car, and this is how I would check it using the MWX performance setup station. I use the same technique as I do with the when I check the camber, which is to have the face of the wheel resting on the camber plate, this plate. Okay. There's also other way to do it. There's many different ways to do it, and let me show you. This is the other way, which is to use the short axle adapter and the nut, and then you thread this in. The problem with this way is that when this threaded part of the axle is bent, it's hard to tell. Okay, when you put the wheel in there, the threaded part has nothing to do. Even if it's slightly bent, the wheel will still go straight. Okay, because this is still straight. Okay, if this is slightly bent, when you put this on here, the number on the gauge is different because it's getting the number from the bent of the axle, not the axle, but the threaded part. Okay, it'll be off. Instead of it being true and straight, it'll be off a little bit. Okay, it could be negative, it could be positive, right? So in order to eliminate that guessing game from that being bent, I want to check the camber from the face of the wheel. And this is the reason why I check my camber and my toe with the wheel resting on the plate. I'm going to remove this and put the O-ring here. The reason why I put the O-ring on the outside is so that when I put this wheel and the adapter through, right away the wheel will lean or will rest on this plate. Let's put that to the side, but let's try it with the actual wheel that I'm going to use for this car. 11mm with negative 1.5 offset. Let's try if I don't need the O-ring. It's loose. Yeah, it's loose. It's still spinning. And this is why we want to use the O-ring, because we want that the face of the wheel really have resistance on that plate. Okay, so not just one side is leaning on the plate, all of it leaning on this plate for all four. Okay, put that O-ring in there in the adapter. Okay, you can feel the resistance right away. All right, so that's can barely spin it. Okay, and what you want to do is to turn the radio on, put it in the correct model for your car. This is my 3500 RX28. Turn the car on. Okay, and then rock it back and forth. Put the gauge on top, slide it all the way to its max limit, and that's it. And then rock it again back and forth. And check where it's at. This is at 2 degrees. Now let's go on the other side. Okay, it's maxed out. Rock it back and forth. It's exactly at 3. So 2 degrees toe this side. Okay, let me flip it. So this is 2 degrees and this is 3 degrees. Okay, I want it at 3. I started at 3 for over a year. I've been running. I didn't know. Okay, I didn't know that I've been running my RX28 with 3 degrees toe out, and I only found out that it was 3 because I used this gauge. And over the weekend I tried 2 degrees, and the car I don't like how it felt. It feels like I'm dive bombing into the turn. It's so aggressive that the car is on the edge of traction rolling, and as a matter of fact, I traction rolled twice. So I'm gonna go back to the -3 degrees toe out. Okay, this is just what I prefer. It doesn't mean you should do the same. I just prefer it this way, I guess. I have been using it for over a year, never complained about it. But at the same time, I didn't know that it was 3 degrees. It just happened that I just eyeballed it. I didn't use a caliper or nothing like that. I just eyeballed it, and on all 3 of my cars, it's exactly at 3 degrees toe out. Okay, so this one I'm gonna do 3 degrees on this as well. Okay, so that's 2 on that side. It's easier this way. Okay, so it's 2 degrees on this side and 3 on this side. So to do this, I want to add 3 on this side. Let's see, I need to turn the turnbuckle. That's like 2.8. Let me turn it a little bit more, a little bit. Okay, exactly 3. So right now it's 3 and 3. Let's try that again. Yep. 1, 2, 3. Okay, then this side. Okay, cool. All right, so now it's back to 3 degrees because it's what I prefer. Okay, so that's how I check my front toe out. Make sure you have the battery on, turn the car on, turn the radio on, and then turn the car on. Make sure the radio is in the right model car. Okay, and yep, okay, that's it for this video. Thanks.